Here's an AMI This Week shortcut with Laura Bain.
Many of you will be familiar with Canadian singer-songwriter Terry Kelly. He's won multiple awards for his music and is a recipient of the Order of Canada. He's also an honorary colonel with the Royal Canadian Air Force, and his latest song and music video, No Sky Too High, is a powerful tribute to this branch of the Canadian military.
Look to the sky and imagine a time when birds and celestials ruled regions on high, when childlike fascination, unbridled imagination gave mortals the wings to fly.
Terry, when did your fascination with the RCAF begin?
Well, my fascination with flying actually started when I was about 5 years old. And then I suppose when I was 7 or 8, that's when I said, well, I want to join the Air Force. And someone, probably with great wisdom, thought to say to me, Terry, flying an airplane at this point in time, probably not a good idea. Nevertheless, the dream lived on.
You've got your uniform on today. You're an honorary colonel with the Royal Canadian Air Force, and you're also totally blind. So tell me how that happened.
So I wrote a song called A Pittance of Time, which began my journey working a lot with the military. I have an album fully dedicated to first responders and military now. I went to Afghanistan to perform for the servicemen and women over there in Kandahar. And one of the colonels who was stationed there made a recommendation that I become an honorary colonel. And that was, I like to say, I got into the back door of the Air Force. And it goes to show how any dream, every dream, can come to fruition with what I refer to as dream adjustments. So that was a dream adjustment.
Yeah, you really must have felt like your boyhood dream was coming true.
Absolutely.
And the RCAF keeps that vision inside, and there's no sky too high, no land that's no ocean too wide, no forest too far, but we're bound for the stars. There's no sky too high.
Can you tell me about the inspiration behind the song No Sky Too High?
Well, my inspiration for No Sky Too High came from my love of the Air Force. And Jeff Campbell, Warrant Officer Jeff Campbell, who is the bandmaster at 14 Wing Greenwood, and I wrote this song. And we wanted to do a few things. We wanted to make sure that we wanted to capture the historical part of flying. Then we wanted to have, the fascination of everybody over the centuries, looking at the sky, looking at the birds and saying, if we could only do that. So then we did a historical thing with the flying, but kept it, had it connect with the military, with the Air Force. So the song talks about flying, the tragedy of death, the tragedy of losing aircraft, the joy of innovation, and the inspiration of the people who invented flying, having the inspiration of a child, the excitement of a child. And we took it all the way from Icarus, from Greek mythology, to the space program.
Terry, the Canadian Armed Forces experienced tragedy in 2020, first with the death of 6 service members in the crash of a Cyclone helicopter, and then with the death of Snowbird's captain, Jennifer Casey. I'm wondering how you paid tribute to those losses in the video.
So we wrote the song before the tragedies, and then we shot the video. We were shooting the video, when it happened. And so we got the idea, we'd planned to have the snowbirds in the video anyway. That was going to happen. But we also got a shot of a snowbird in tribute to Captain Casey. There's a snowbird with an empty seat. And the significance of that is at every dinner with the military, if there's always a table set at every dinner for the fallen. And there's a setting, and there's, the glasses are all there, and it's in memory and in honor of of those who have fallen.
Yeah, very appropriate. Is there a particular message that you're hoping people will take away from the song and the video?
The theme or the mantra of 14 Wing Greenwood, where I am honorary colonel, is operate as one. And so I think this has always been true throughout history, but and I guess every period of history has challenging times, and we're going through another one now. And so if we operate as one, and if we care about one another, if we respect the differing opinions we have of particular things that go on in the world, if we respect the other person's opinion, and I believe, and try and understand, I think we are more likely to come to consensus in all aspects of life.
Well, I know you've certainly inspired many with your work, including No Sky Too High. So, Terry, thank you so much for joining me to chat about this. And we're going to go out on a bit of the song and the video, No Sky Too High.
Perfect, and thank you.
Far is too far, but we're bound for the stars. There's no sky too high.
To learn more about Terry and his music, visit Terry Kelly Official on Facebook.